Hello everyone and welcome back to this Gran Turismo 7, where today we're not driving the Nismo at the top there, not the GTR, we're driving a Formula 1 car, or a made-up Formula 1 car. Now, we're heading to Spa-Francorchamps today, because that is the race happening today in the Formula 1 Championship. We do this for all the races that we can, Barcelona, Austria, now Spa, and it's only really the European ones that we can actually go through and do. There are a couple others like Interlagos that we can do as well, but a lot of the calendar isn't in Gran Turismo, but whenever we can, we do. So we're going to jump into the SF23, which is the last Ferrari to not have that disgusting HP livery on it, but we're going to be jumping in with the rest of the cars and basically doing our own little race. Same as last time, 8 laps in our last, drive round. Austria ended up with Yuki dive bombing us and spinning us around, coming home in like 10th or something, which wasn't great, but we're aiming to go higher than that today. So we're going to load in our F1 preset. Now this essentially means that all the cars have the F1 liveries on them. To do this, you need to buy 10 Super Formula cars and put each livery on one, then you can duplicate them and make your own grid. The cars will be at professional level as always for 8 laps of racing around Spa-Francorchamps. Now, before we get into this, only 25% you are subbed to the channel, so please feel free to do so, and thank you to our patrons and members who are all on screen right now. Okay, we're going to turn the slipstream strength to real as well. And we'll start 12th today, not 11th. Why not? It looks very sunny, very nice, and the cool thing about today's video is that I'm actually going to be at Spa when this comes out. At least hopefully. If all goes well, everything's booked, everything's sorted. We're not going to race on heavy wets. We'll go to the mediums, make it a little bit fairer in terms of the AI, because I think they'll all be either on mediums or hards. But yeah, I'm going to be at Spa this weekend, so hopefully it'll be not a torrential rain sort of race, but I thought it'd be fitting. Let's go through and race this thing. Starting in 12th, let's do it. Okay. Now, before we start the race, there's 2 things you want to do to make it as immersive as possible. The first is go to display settings and turn it to off. The second is to lean forward, hold the options button to recenter, and then lean back, which gives you a little bit more of a realistic view of where you'd be sat in the cockpit. Right, let's do this. Right, starting behind a Williams of Sainz or Albon. Judging by the season, we'll say it's probably Albon. A little bit of contact there. One of the RBs up the inside. We're now behind an Alpine. Not too great there. They haven't been a great car this season, have they? Right, after a Rouge. Enough space there down the inside for the RB. This is the old RB livery, of course, which isn't as nice as the new one, but there it is. Down the main straight. Not a very good line through there, but kept it on track. Right, who have we got ahead? Is it the Williams still? Last time, because the AI all have very similar cars, or they're all identical in terms of performance pretty much, we ended up with some wild results like a Sauber in the top 6, I think it was, which was actually not too dissimilar to real life, where the Sauber ended up in, what, P8, P9? Oh, closed the door there. Did Gasly or Colapinto? Maybe it's Doohan if they've swapped back by this point, we don't know. Something tells me Flavio, don't know if he really wants Doohan in there, but keep an eye out for that RB in the mirrors. Let's get the move done on the Alpine. Down the inside. There we go. And now, heavy on the brakes. Got Mercedes up ahead of Antonelli, I assume, and then an RB in front of that. Maybe Hadjar. Makes sense. Not too of a unrealistic run so far. Alright, down into turn 1. A little bit of contact there, bit wide. Let me know what you think of the visuals as well here, because I've been playing around with some LUTs, they're called, basically, which allow some changes to the color grade to make it seem a little bit more vibrant or helmet cam like, and a bit of grain. So I tried to tone it down from last video. Oh, got on the toe there, flying down the straight by Antonelli. He brakes a little bit later at first, but I catch him off a bit. One thing with no HUD, you don't have the radar, so you don't know where they are. Just your good old-fashioned mirrors. Good old switcheroo there, now in front of Antonelli again. Good thing about actually having no HUD though is that when you're using the Super Formula cars, you have all the info you need on your dash. So it'll tell you your lap, your time, pretty great. And of course, if you have an Android phone, you can use the Engineer app, which can feed those times to you in your ear through whatever headphones you have, which is quite cool. I myself do have an Android phone, but it's in a desk right now, in a little drawer packed away, and I haven't brought it out for today, so we're relying on just my pure visuals here. Let's keep on pushing to the car ahead. Seems to be a Haas. Good defending there from the Haas, going to the middle of the track a little bit. He was saying this is maybe Behrman. Out of Behrman and Ocon, I gotta say Behrman's probably my favourite. Alright, let's get in the tow. Gonna have to let off a little bit going into a Rouge. Alright, we're right on this gearbox now. And the McLaren of Norris and the Ferrari of Leclerc, we'll say there, are fighting. See if we can get the move done on Norris. Ooh, the Haas is looking for the move again, give him space on the inside. This is what makes racing so for AI so much fun, is that they actually go for gaps like that, and they force you to give them space as per the regulations in real life. Not in real F1, because the regulations are silly there, but in normal racing. Right, got a good run up there. Getting deep in the corner, but held that position. Norris is right behind. Really flowing through there, though, flat out. Got that move on Sainz a bit. He's looking for the outside there. Well, not Sainz, Leclerc. I'm a season behind. Alright, now we've got the 4 up front. What is it? Is it Mercedes, 2 Red Bulls? Looks like Russell's having a good day here then in 4th, just like he was last year until the disqualification. Speaking of F1 though, it seems that the suspension for this Ferrari should come in Spa. So hopefully while I'm there they have a good result. That would be great. Maybe Hamilton can repeat last year and take the win. That would make my day. Right, we're getting a bit closer now to George and the rest of them. On our 4th lap out of 8. Around the outside there, flat. That's the thing, the Sophie AI still sometimes just doesn't really fully trust the car in areas like that with Super Formula. I find they're a lot better in like GT3. And they're a lot more competitive to race, but with Super Formula you do have to play it up a little bit and kind of role play into the moment to not completely destroy them. Or put yourself on worse tyres, but I probably should have done that. Maybe next time. Right, here we are in the tow of Yuki. My arch nemesis from last time. Are we going to take him down here? He pushed us a little bit on the inside there. He lets us go, gives us that space. But he's going to be looking for the attack again, just like last time. I've got to be careful of him. Now we can focus on Max and Piastri a bit. Through we go. Throw a Rouge right on. So it's not really catching, but not making too much ground on Max, to be honest. Down the main DRS straight. My worst corner of the whole circuit, that one. But he's not really gaining any ground to Norris, or Piastri should I say. Norris was passed a little while ago, so a little bit better positioning than Russell had. Oh, I passed on that corner, but we're going to have to merge back into the back a bit. Missed the apex there. Just got to be on the watch for Tsunoda behind still. The nose of that Red Bull is so easy to recognise. Try around the outside of Verstappen. Can hear him right on my left though still. Still right behind. Bit of a tap. I did cut that off completely. Race is a bit more scrappily than Austria. Austria was quite clean until Tsunoda started his attack against me. One thing I do wish that was in the mirrors, the car was simulated, because in the mirrors currently you can't see your rear wheel or anything like that. I do wish that that was a thing in this game. Alas, it's not. Right. We have 2.5 laps to catch up to Piastri now, as the two Red Bulls are fighting back there. Tsunoda's going for the move on Max. Not very realistic that, in terms of how he's finding the car, unfortunately, so far this year. Getting closer to Piastri now. I'm recording this before Silverstone though, so I don't know whether Norris or Piastri has won that. I really hoped for a Hamilton win, so... Ooh, I locked that there a bit. I don't know if a Hamilton win would have happened there. Ferrari hadn't got their suspension by then, so at this point in time I don't know, but you guys know, because it's already been and gone. If I had to place my bets now, before the race, I will say Norris win. Which also could be, you know, good for the British crowd, but there's nothing like a Hamilton win there, is there? Or maybe, oh, as we get close to Piastri there, it'll be like Piastri at Australia, where Norris will go off dramatically in the end parts of the race. Who knows? But I do just hope Hamilton can pull something out there. But again, you guys already know the result, and so will I by this point, so who knows? Maybe something great will happen. But here at Spa, I don't know. I'm hoping that suspension for the Ferrari will do something. That's a good thing about being at the race though, is you don't really know, unless you buy a screen, which you can be, to be fair, you just don't really know what's going on. Anything could have happened in the race and you'll just be like, sitting there watching the cars. You can see the order, of course, but as soon as pit stops start happening, you've got to either get up F1 TV on your phone or look at the live timings, because it's just difficult to know. There's hardly ever data at the circuit either, because there's so many people, so... Right, we've got to make the move happen. On Piastri this lap, struggling for grip there. Got a big gap to the Red Bulls though, which is good, but I've just got to keep pushing. It's possible, could happen. Down into the final corner, final chicane. There we go. He's looking for the inside though. Give him space if he wants it, doesn't want it. Right, I've just got to be careful now because, yeah, he's already gaining. Better exit. Tucking in behind. Right, position myself middle of the track. He gets a poor line. Good exit though. Little bump on the back, I felt that. Alright, let's go. It's really following through a ruse there. Looking for it. I can make my one move. I'm going to move into the middle of the track. He goes to the outside. Oh, and he nudges his way up there. Oh, but a bit of rough racing there. We're through. He's got that right to be on the outside. He's along my body in my car. Oh, I can hear him up on the left. Much better exit. Now we've got the Red Bulls right behind. Gonna need to be flat out through here. It's going to be down to the final chicane again. See if we can make it happen. Stick around the outside, he gives space. This is going to be close. Almost didn't get the car slowed down and rotated. Red Bulls are right there. Decent exit. There we go. Nice. Oh, Sofia can be a lot of fun, you know. It really can. And then my driving marathon miles are done. Lovely stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. That's been a ton of fun. Half a second on Piastri there at the end, with the Red Bulls not too far behind. Right, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one, guys.